Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the 10th of the month. And everybody's stamps gone. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the 10th of the month. Get up, get up, get up. Everybody's stamps gone. Damn, them stamps gone. I said, damn, them stamps gone. Hello. Welcome to a short little special edition of Hating Is Free. As you see, I'm all alone on this one, but it's your boy. I'm the host, Mr. Pearl J. Shout out to the team, though. Shout out to Professor Tim, the Faceless Wonder, Graphic T, 6040, 3020. Y'all know she got 85 names, but shout out to everybody. Salute, man. Just got a couple things I want to, get off my chest right now. First off, I want to get send a special little send off and shout out to my personal family as we lost somebody close and special to us a week ago. Mr. Carlos Bailey, D4 Bailey. That was my dude. It's my cousin. He was known throughout Nashville. Him and his brother, which is my cousin, also Herschel Bailey. They known throughout the city and the country. Carlos was a country music singer, performed several times at the Grand Ole Opry. Had I think three albums. My favorite was I'm the Music City Shoe Shine Man. Yeah. That was my favorite. I remember when he kind of surprised everybody when he told everybody he was going country. But it shouldn't have been a surprise because in our family, his granddad, which is my great granddad, Mr. D4 Bailey, was the first black person to perform on the Grand Ole Opry and also to cut a record, and he's in the Country Music Hall of Fame, known as the Harmonica Wizard. The things that he did back in the early 1900s with a harmonica was just legendary. A lot of people picked up a harmonica and play to this day based off of what my great granddaddy did. Again, though, prayers go out to the Bailey family. He is going to truly be missed. That's my dog. I actually did one of my earliest performances. A lot of people don't know that I did stand-up comedy for 10 years. And one of my first big performances, I actually performed with Herschel Bailey and Carlos at Hadley Park. They both was headlining the concert that was performed there many years ago, and they both invited me to open up for them. So. And because of that, every time he would see me, the first thing he would say, "Cuz, tell me a joke." Like, yeah, that was his greeting with me every single time. It was, "What up, cuz? Tell me a joke." Yeah. It's November the 10th. You know, Veterans Day is being celebrated in some places today and tomorrow. It's officially celebrated on Tuesday, November the 11th, but a lot of people is going to be celebrating today. Shout out to my dad and my uncle who are veterans. They hit me up not too long ago and they was like, hey man, we finna hit up everything, and so they want me to tag along, and I'm gonna tag along even though they meals and stuff is free, but I gotta pay, you know what I'm saying? But it's all good. If you got veterans in your family or friends, man, give them a big shout out, give them a big hug. I salute to you, because man, without y'all, man, ain't no telling where we would be. Especially when you look overseas and you see how, man, when stuff go to war over there, hey, it's a scary sight, you know. Houses and stuff being bombed, and you can't even walk down the street. You might trip over a bomb, and the people over there, whether it's the army or the bad guys, they really be on site. You know, we always talk about this on site now. They really be on site. So for our country to always stay safe and never have no intrusions or anything coming over to here, like big salute to our veterans, man. I can't do it. I can't do it. I got some former players of mine, because I people know me as a football coach and forget that I did 10 years of stand up, but I have a lot of players that are now serving in the military, so they're not veterans yet because they active, but I salute them too, because they're still doing what's needed and keeping the country safe. Speaking of this country, man, people that have lost their stamps, man, I encourage y'all to reach out to churches, reach out to your local centers, find out where you can get food, man, because I know some of y'all are really, 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 really hurting right now. I hope that y'all still have maybe some leftover stamps from last month. But this is big, y'all. They are on a short time frame to come together to be able to, bring back people's stamps for the remaining of the year, because we don't have number 2 months, and we already in the first 10 days of November, and December's left. So we gotta have people need these stamps, especially with the cost of food keep going up. So this is tough time for people, man. So I just want to, again, encourage y'all to go to, if you hear any food drives, call your local TV, radio stations, see if they have received anything from any community outreach programs or what have you, man. And if you have friends or family that need assistance and they don't know what to do, man, help them out. This is not the time to clown them or forget about them. This is the time to definitely do your due diligence to help your people out. Yeah, but that's rough. That's tough. Speaking of food, My cousin sent me something. Fellas, you gotta do better. You gotta do better. But females, y'all gotta do better with the dudes that y'all pick, man. Like he sent me this video, and this couple is trying to I guess do a tutorial, a cooking tutorial online, showing people how to fry some chicken. First of all, the dude couldn't even say lemon pepper. I didn't know that there was a hard word to pronounce, lemon, but he did have a hard time of saying the word lemon pepper together. Then first of all, they making a video and he in boxers. I don't know what. I mean, they got a lot of views, but it definitely wasn't because of the presentation. It was because of the fact that his girlfriend told him to wash the chicken, and he put the chicken in a bowl filled with dishwashing liquid because he literally thought that he had to wash and put soap on the chicken. The guy looked like he was in his probably early or mid 20s, but they're still old enough to have at least ran by the kitchen a couple times with your mom or your dad, whoever's cooking. If they didn't cook, especially at Granny's house, I know you done ran a couple times through Granny's kitchen while she was frying the chicken, and you never seen her use dishwashing liquid at all. This also shows sometimes that females, when you are giving instructions to men, you have to do step-by-step instructions. Like when you giving an order to a guy, you basically got to place that order like you do when you placing a food order. You know how you place a food order and you be real specific in the details, and you like, no, I want the mayo on the side, no pickles, no lettuce, all of that stuff. That's kind of how you have to do some men. You have to be, very, very remedial. Yeah. Very remedial in giving the instructions, because clearly he was so confused that when she walked out to the room, he talked to the camera, as in to the audience, to say, didn't y'all hear her tell me to wash the chicken? All she said is wash. She didn't say just run water on it. She said to wash the chicken. So if I'm going to wash the chicken, I need the soap. That's basically what he was trying to tell us, to make us be on his side. Like, yeah, dog, she that's her fault because she wasn't clear. And then the female got frustrated, and she was nice looking too. Got frustrated and said, what are you, remedial? First of all, let's back this thing up. The man just went into the camera to try to get us to be on his side. Clearly, this dude has made mistakes like this before, because he's tired of basically feeling like he's wrong, and he desperately needed somebody to be on his side for a change, so he went to America for it. That really lets me know that he probably is remedial. But what does that say about you? Because you picked him. You picked his remedial ass. So I'm gonna leave that alone. But I'm just saying, ladies, sometimes you can't. Sometimes, ladies, I had to give y'all what is called the boomerang effect. Like, if a dude do something stupid or do something to upset you or piss you off, take a look at a mirror and ask yourself, why did you pick him? Why? Because clearly he showed you some slow signs in the beginning. A dude can't be that remedial, that slow, and not give you any signs beforehand. So you just ignore them. You just ignore them. Or maybe he was high. Maybe he smoked some weed and he was high, and I'm gonna just say that maybe he was high off the weed. I'll give him that benefit of the doubt. Yeah. That's what I say. But ladies, pick your people wisely. Now let me get into the meat, the grits and the potatoes of why I'm doing this show right now. This show is called Hating is Free. It's on YouTube. It's on Spotify. Both of those platforms are free, by the way. I know a lot of people think Spotify, you got to pay for it. No, you don't. Let me also remind you about podcasts. Podcasts, you can actually watch them. Podcasts, you can just listen. I do have a couple of friends that actually just listen to the podcast while they're at work. You know, even though we show a video, we create a video for it, you can just listen to the audio. And with that being said, I'm just going to say this. For me coaching, for me doing stand-up, from my brother that has passed, that was a rapper, to me back in high school, being an all-state basketball and football player. I know a lot of people. And I also know a lot of people that don't like, they don't comment, they don't subscribe. And that's alarming to me, because when I say a lot of people, like I got over 5,000 Facebook friends, and a lot of people say, so what, I do too. But the point is, if I got over like 5,000 Facebook friends, if I got over a couple thousand Instagram followers and this and that, why you ain't following the show? It's alarming to me. At first, I was gonna call this show "Expect the Unexpected" because that was the. So let me give you a backdrop. My brother passed in April of 2022. He died April 5th. My last conversation with my brother happened on April 3rd. I was over his house. And the last thing he basically had a conversation and said to me, he was like, bro, you funny as hell. I apologize for the fact that I didn't support you back then like I should have. Because one of the reasons why I got out of comedy is because comedy is a hard game. It didn't have nothing to do with the fact that I wasn't funny, because I was very funny. It was the fact that I started blowing up, and the people that actually helped get me into comedy, they kind of like faded away. So here I'm doing everything by myself. Not only am I getting myself booked, but I'm filming myself and being my agent at the same time. Sure, I know other people have done that, but that's what I was doing. And I've had people like Bishop Walker from Mount Zion. He thought I was pretty funny because I made him laugh. He was a judge at an event that I entered into when I was in college, and Not only did I make him laugh, I made the whole panel of judges crack up laughing, and a couple of them was executives over radio stations, and to the point that Bishop Walker introduced me to a famous person. He introduced me to Rickey Smiley. And the only thing that Rickey Smiley asked me was, what is your stage name? And at that time, I went by Stir the Pearl because that was my nickname. I went by my nickname. And the only thing that Rickey said to me was, just go by your government name. Meanwhile, his business manager at the time seen me in the foyer of the church and actually gave me a business card because he actually wanted me to do work with him. Now, I'm kind of a little... I still have some street ways. I still have some little thug ways. I'm from Golden Valley. Everybody know about the valley in Nashville, but that's where I come from, and so they didn't really sit well with me. And I'm gonna tell you why it didn't sit well with me, because that happened in like 2000. I want to say maybe like 2005, right? Well, 2003, I was a real big fan of Rickey Smiley. I thought the world of him, and I never forget, he was a regular on the Doug Banks Show, and here at the time I'm a student in TSU. Got a whole article in the paper about me being a comedian. I performed all over Nashville. I done all the colleges. I did BET's Last Comic Standing. Didn't make it to the TV show. I made it to the last cut in Atlanta, and then I found out about the game as far as like the TV and all of that stuff, and how they really don't go and pick who's funny. They go off of who's gonna give them the better rating. So I learned about that game, and that helped me realize when I was actually doing shows with comedians that I looked up to on BET Comic View and things like that, why they was actually reaching out to me to help them get a gig in Nashville, when I'm actually looking up to them like, man, you been on TV, like you need to be helping me out. But it wasn't like that. So basically, the Doug Banks Show come. I take I don't go to class or nothing that day, because I'm like, nope. Doug Banks Show is at the Gentry Center at TSU. I ain't missing that for the world, because hey, I want to have a chance to talk to Rickey. Got in line after the show was over. Saw Rickey, shook his hand and said, hey man, I'm a big fan. Do you have any advice? I said, I'm a up and coming comedian. I done did shows all over the city. What was your advice? And he said, he told me to wait 11 years. He said, do the circuit. Go in and do the circuit for about 11 years before you go out. Before you try to come out to LA. That's what he told me. I met some other comedians like Pierre. He was most known for, as you know, the light-skinned dude on How to Be a Player. He told me something different. And I respect what he told me. But I was dealing with stuff like that, and when you're dealing with stuff like that. And then for me to meet him again in 2005 and thinking I'm going to get a better response because I have a preacher or a bishop, which is his frat brother. Now I think I got the inside. I think I got the hookup. And he basically just tells me, go by your government name, and then he hops in a limo and they drive off. That was kind of a lot. So then I transferred all my money. I was still doing comedy, but then I started focusing more on my brother and his music career because we had kind of met some famous people in the music career. So in the music game. So we thought that would be the best thing. So even though I still did shows here and there, it was, I wasn't mentally ready for that. I wasn't mentally ready. Couldn't get an agent. Like I said, was doing everything by myself. When I found out people that had an agent, I was like, hey man, like, turn me on this and that, and they gave me some bad advice. So like at the end of it, I was just like, I was through with it. But the one thing that my brother said to me before he passed, he was like, in our last conversation, he said, bro, you need to get a podcast because you funny. And he said, and I wish you would go back to doing stand-up. So my brother passed. So as a tribute to him, I started a podcast. I titled it Hating Is Free because that was his last album. And I asked him, why did you name it that? And he said, because it's so easy to hate and that's all people do here. He said, if you had to pay to hate, then nobody would even know what hate is. I thought that was pretty deep. So even though I really wanted to go with his first album, which was Expect the Unexpected, because in life you definitely have to expect the unexpected so you can be able to handle and go through life hard situations, because mental health is a real thing. My condolences goes out to the linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys that just passed away this week. But it's a real thing. It's a real thing. But I say that, man, to say this. Like, I don't care if you hate me. This time I'm still going to keep pushing. I'm still going to keep pushing. I know I'm funny. I know I got a lot of good stuff to say. People hit me up all the time for my wisdom, for my thoughts, for my insight. And I just thought I'd share it to the world. Got a platform to do it. But it's so crazy because in Nashville, man, it's so easy to hate. And the reason why people hate is because they don't want you to be the first one to blow up. I mean, Nashville is so bad in the hate, people don't even realize that a guy here had to go country when he used to be a rapper, and he's now one of the largest entertainers in the world. He's a white guy. Y'all probably know who I'm talking about now. But there used to be rap events out south off Nolensville Road at a club, and he used to come in and they would have freestyle battles, and he would destroy a lot of dudes. He would destroy a lot of black dudes as a white rapper, and people wanted to hate on him so bad that he turned country, and now he is a mega star, global star. So shout out to Jelly Roll. I salute you. I always thought he was dope. And I believe in giving people their flowers while they on earth, man. Like even though like I got that kind of crappy advice from Ricky Smiley, like, man, I still like support dude funny. And that game is hard, man. The comedy game is hard. Like, a lot of people don't know. I'm sitting here, every joke that I've ever done, I've written myself. And then you come to find out that when you start meeting some of these celebrities, when you're doing shows and you're on the opening ticket, and you find out that they got other comedians writing their material. And maybe that's a cool thing to do, and it's okay in the community, in the comedy world. You find out that, you know, that's pretty norm. But as a guy that's trying to, you know, up and coming, trying to make it, you like, dang. But that's a whole nother story to get into. But hey, man, I'm gonna keep it coming. And I'm just saying this right now because I wanted to speak to all my haters right now, because apparently I got a lot of them. Because if you ain't trying to tune in to the show to get a laugh, because we keep it funny. I'm going to keep it funny anyway. I'm going to keep it silly. I'm going to keep it stupid. We still going to be informative. I still got a person to give you the word of the day. We cover a lot of stuff that is just crazy to me. Also, real quick, I want to give a big shout out to Shaquille O'Neal, Steph Curry on producing the Iverson documentary. If you haven't seen that Iverson documentary on Prime, man, go see that Iverson documentary. Man, that Iverson documentary is going to make you laugh. It's going to make you cry. It's going to make you put yourself back in the times when you was growing up. Who was there for you? Who looked out for you? You also going to see some stuff that you never knew. I never knew at the time as a 14-year-old that Iverson was going through a trial that was trying to basically send him away and take away his basically college years in jail. It's a dope documentary, man. I mean, everybody on the documentary cried. So, like, you definitely gonna cry. Like, it's that touching. But I look at dude in even a bigger light. He was just a dope individual. He's still a dope individual. He's an icon. He changed the game of basketball as a culture. And I have to say, Iverson, you had everybody in Nashville, Tennessee trying to do that crossover. You had everybody in Nashville, Tennessee trying to do that crossover. If you was a real hooper, you tried to do it. If you wasn't a hooper, you was trying to do it. Everybody was trying to do the Iverson crossover. You had dudes that couldn't shoot worth a lick, but they made sure they had that Iverson crossover. just like just like Steph Curry changed the way in the 3-point game, and you having kids all around the country and the world trying to shoot threes for no apparent reason, trying to shoot from half court and things like that. Iverson, you had everybody trying to have handles like you. You had everybody trying to, as I call it, lean with it, rock with it. Yeah. And while I'm on here, hey man, shout out to MJ. Shout out to Michael Jordan. He is truly the GOAT. I'm tired of seeing all these LeBron. And I'm a big fan of LeBron, don't get me wrong, but he's not the GOAT. LeBron is one of the greatest players to ever play the game. Off the court, he's probably the biggest mogul off the court as far as getting his hands into many things that we've ever seen. But Magic Johnson is up there too on the quiet tip. Shaq is coming along because Shaq is getting his hands in everything. But when it comes to on the court, man, it's Michael Jordan. And you just look at all of the sport podcasts and stuff when people are interviewing them former NBA players and they tell you about their first encounter with Michael Jordan or who's the greatest and all of that. Like, it's just crazy to me that majority of fans and non-basketball players say LeBron is the GOAT. But NBA players, if you ask an NBA player who's the GOAT, even if you ask LeBron James growing up who did he idolize, what number did he wear, it was Michael Jordan. We still go crazy to buy Michael Jordan shoes. Not no LeBrons. Everybody is trying to get Jordan shoes. People that have never even seen Jordan play still go and get his shoes because they hear about the myth. They hear about the legend. They hear about the stories of MJ. That's just facts, man. Hate it or love it, which a lot of people like to do. Anyway, man, in closing, for the ones that subscribe, that rolls with me, that likes me, man, I'm going to keep doing what it do. The show is going to get bigger and bigger. We're going to start traveling and setting up shop next week. This Sunday coming up, we're going to be live. We're going to be live to all my Graymoor Pirate family. You know, it's the banquet. Hope to see everybody there. But we're going to be shooting live. The podcast is going to be live. We're going to be at the Elks Lodge. Shout out to the Elks Lodge. But we finna turn that thing up and make it do what it do. But yeah, man. People need to do better, man. You look at all of the other cities, New York, LA, Atlanta, Memphis. Man, plenty of people in the city shine. Plenty. It don't just have to be one. I don't understand how people that are from out of town get more love in Nashville trying to make it, and then they end up making it because of all of their love. And then you got homegrown people that you just don't want to see them shine, so you don't support them no matter how good their material is. It's crazy to me. And I ain't just speaking for myself. I'm speaking to every, rapper, singer, entertainer that's trying to do something positive, trying to do something for themselves, trying to do something for their life. Like, why does it have to be so hard? Why does it have to be such a struggle in your own city? It's supposed to be like that if you're trying to make it out of town somewhere, but you in your own city and you can't even get no love and no support, man. That's crazy. because y'all pick one chosen person and think you gotta ride with him. Well, guess or her. But guess what? When they make it, who do they bring? When they make it, who they help bring up? Like, this city got to do better, man. They got to do better. And it's like on all platforms. Like, man, coaches be hating on coaches. Don't want to give nobody they props. Like, Nashville, we just got to do better, man. Like, it's crazy, though, how, you know, females can always give another female a compliment. Like, girl, that's cute on you. Girl, I like that purse. But dudes, I mean, like, this stuff is wild, man. Like, it's wild. Like, if I see a dude when he got some J's on, I like, hey, bro, I like them J's. Like, how hard is it to just give another dude like his props? Like, bro, that car clean. Yeah. Like, how? Like, why is it so hard? Why is it so hard to say, hey, bro, you funny, man. I like your show. Like, keep it up. Like, this is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. But that's a whole nother story of why this world is fucked up. But at the same time, man, I ain't changing the name. We gonna stay. Hating is free, man. If you want to support a dude, like, for real, like, get behind me, man, because this ain't gonna stop. We finna. I done invested too much in it. Like, we ain't shutting down, man. We keeping shop open, and we gonna make it do what it do. Even if I had to go over yonder to make it do what it do, we gonna make it do what it do, man. Hey, hating is free. Go subscribe. YouTube. Spotify. Like, comment. You know, I respond back to all the comments on you know, if you send me a comment and you done seen the show, hey, I respond back to all of them, man. But hey, I'm out of here, man. One love. Long live my brother Styles. Long live my cousin Carlos. Hey, we out.